The day a tyrant tried to steal my baby. The fire alarm shattered the quiet of our cozy apartment at 2:15 p.m. on a crisp October Tuesday. I bolted upright from a nap, my heart racing. The piercing wail cut through our small two-bedroom home like a siren in a war zone. In the kitchen, my wife, Ellen, sat in her beloved rocking chair, cradling our 2-week-old son, Daniel. His tiny face, framed by soft black curls, was peaceful as he nursed. Ellen's eyes met mine, wide with worry. "Fire alarm?" she asked, her voice trembling. "We don't know if it's real, but we can't take chances," I said, pulling on jeans and a faded army t-shirt. Ellen wrapped Daniel in a green knit blanket, a gift from her mom, and we rushed to the door. The hallway was chaos. Footsteps pounded, doors slammed, and voices echoed. Mrs. Lopez from 3A guided her elderly father down the stairs. The college kids from 2B giggled nervously. Outside, the autumn air bit at our skin as residents huddled in the parking lot, whispering and glancing at the building. That's when I saw her, Marjorie Tate, the HOA president, striding toward us with a clipboard and a scowl that could curdle milk. At 55, Marjorie was a terror in tailored blouses and perfectly styled silver hair. Since we moved into Pinewood Commons 3 months ago, she'd made our lives hell. She'd fined us for hanging Daniel's onesies on our balcony, filed a noise complaint when he cried at night, and even claimed our stroller was a fire hazard. Her cold eyes locked on Ellen, who shivered as she held Daniel close. I draped my jacket over them both. "You can't bring that baby out here during an evacuation," Marjorie snapped, her badge glinting like a sheriff's star. Ellen blinked, confused, adjusting Daniel's blanket. "What do you mean? He's our son. Non-walking residents stay in their units during drills. It's in the regulations. Take him upstairs now." Her voice was sharp, like she was scolding a child. I stepped forward, my protective instincts flaring. "No regulation says we abandon our newborn in a fire. That's insane." My voice was calm but firm, honed by years as a Navy SEAL. Marjorie's face reddened. "I've run this complex for 7 years. I know the rules. You're just tenants 3 months here, and you think you can defy me?" Residents watched, tense. Mrs. Chun from 4C clutched her toddler, looking scared. Mr. Harris from 1A held his daughter, silent but uneasy. Ellen's voice cracked, tears streaming. "Please, he's so small. We can't leave him alone. Babies cause chaos in emergencies," Marjorie barked. "They cry. They slow people down. Regulations exist for a reason." I pointed at Daniel, asleep in Ellen's arms. "He's not crying. He's not slowing anyone. Show me these regulations in writing." Marjorie clutched her clipboard tighter. "I don't have to show you anything. I'm the authority here. Follow my orders." Ellen sobbed, clutching Daniel. "We just want him safe." "Then you shouldn't have had a baby in a building with standards," Marjorie sneered. The crowd gasped. Phones came out, recording. I could feel the tension rising, a powder keg ready to blow. "We're not leaving our son," I said, stepping closer. "Call the fire department. Ask them about evacuating infants." Marjorie's eyes blazed. "I'll call security and have you evicted for disrupting a drill and defying the HOA president." Then she made her fatal mistake. "If you won't follow rules, I'll handle it myself." Before we could react, she lunged at Ellen and yanked Daniel from her arms, gripping him too tightly. Ellen screamed, "No, give me my baby," Daniel wailed, startled by Marjorie's rough hands and the cold air. "He's mine now," Marjorie declared, stepping back. "I'm taking him upstairs where he belongs." Something snapped inside me, but my SEAL training took over. I went cold, focused, like I was on a mission. "Ma'am," I said, my voice low and commanding, "give me my son. Now." Marjorie faltered but held her ground. "You can't tell me what to do. I'm calling the police for threatening an HOA official." "Good," I said. "I'll report you for assault and kidnapping." "Kidnapping?" she scoffed. "I'm following safety procedures. You took our baby against our will. That's kidnapping, a felony." Residents murmured, some dialing 911, others filming. Marjorie's confidence wavered, but she was too stubborn to back down. "I'll have you evicted," she shrieked, squeezing Daniel harder. He cried louder. Enough was enough. In 2 seconds, I moved with precision violence, just speed. I secured Daniel with one hand, eased Marjorie aside with the other, and handed him to Ellen. She sobbed, checking him over. Marjorie stood frozen, stammering, What just happened? You assaulted and tried to kidnap our baby in front of witnesses, I said. That's what happened. Her face paled. I was enforcing safety standards. By terrorizing a mother and endangering a newborn, I shot back. Sirens wailed. Fire trucks rolled in. His was no drill. A small electrical fire had sparked in the basement. Fire Chief Reynolds approached, seeing the commotion. What's going on? Is everyone accounted for? I explained, and neighbors backed us up. She grabbed the baby from the mom's arms. Mrs. Lopez said they had to leave him upstairs. Mr. Harris added. She held him too tight, was crying. Mrs. Chin chimed in. Chief Reynolds glared at Marjorie. Ma'am, no fire safety rule says parents abandon kids during evacuations. What you did was dangerous and wrong. Marjorie stammered. I'm the HOA president. I know the regulations. You know nothing, Reynolds snapped. In 25 years, I've never heard such nonsense. Parents evacuate with their kids, especially babies. I showed Reynolds my military ID. Chief, I'm Petty Officer Tom Bradley, Navy SEALs. I'm trained in emergency protocols and child protection. This was assault and attempted kidnapping. Reynolds nodded, handing back my ID. Thank you for your service, Petty Officer. You're right. Marjorie went white. You're military? Yes, ma'am. And you tried to kidnap a military family's newborn. Police arrived minutes later. Officers Grant and Sullivan took statements from us and witnesses. Mrs. Tate, Officer Grant said, based on eyewitness accounts and evidence, you're under arrest for assault, attempted kidnapping, and child endangerment. This is outrageous. Marjorie protested as handcuffs clicked. I'm a respected HOA president. I was enforcing safety. You have the right to remain silent, Grant said. As they led her away, Marjorie screamed, This isn't over. I'll make your lives hell. You'll regret moving here. Officer Sullivan sighed. Ma'am, stop talking. As the patrol car drove off, residents gathered around us. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Lopez said, teary-eyed. Is Daniel okay? Mr. Harris admitted. We were all scared of her. She bullied everyone, but no one stood up. You did right, Mrs. Chin said. She's been terrorizing families for years. Chief Reynolds approached again. Petty Officer Bradley, you handled this perfectly, protected your family without violence and followed protocol. And ma'am, he said to Ellen, you're a stellar mom. What that woman said was dead wrong. You did everything right. Ellen smiled through tears. Thank you. I was so scared. She's done, I assured her. The property management company arrived, horrified by Marjorie's actions. They suspended her immediately and uncovered years of fake rules she'd enforced to control residents. Local news ran the story. HOA president arrested for attempting to kidnap baby during fire. 3 weeks later, Marjorie was convicted on all charges. The judge was merciless. Mrs. Tate, your actions were illegal and despicable. You terrorized new parents and endangered a baby. She got 6 months in jail, 2 years probation, 500 hours of community service with child welfare groups, and a $15,000 fine. She was banned from HOA roles for life. The complex changed for the better. Residents voted to overhaul the HOA, limiting the president's power and protecting families. New bylaws banned discrimination and prioritized child safety in emergencies. 6 months later, we held our first family barbecue. Daniel, now 8 months old, crawled on a blanket, giggling as neighbors doted on him. He's so big, Mrs. Lopez said. And happy, Mrs. Chin added. He'll be walking soon, Mr. Harris predicted. Mr. Turner from 2C approached me at the grill. Tom, I'm sorry I didn't stand up to Marjorie sooner. You showed us bullies only have the power we give them. You stood up when it counted, I said. That's what stopped her. Ellen joined us, carrying Daniel in a blue outfit with tiny ducks. Look who's awake, she said. Neighbors laughed as Daniel babbled, stealing the show. That night, as Ellen fed Daniel his bottle, I thought about that awful day. Marjorie had targeted us, thinking we were vulnerable. She didn't know she'd crossed a Navy SEAL. Her cruelty united our community, exposed her lies, and made Pinewood Commons a safer place. Real strength isn't bullying the weak, it's protecting the innocent, like Daniel, with love and courage. What do you think about this story? Have you faced injustice or bullying in your community? Share your thoughts in the comments. Should we confront bullies head-on or handle them differently? Let's hear your take on standing up to cruelty and protecting what matters most.